Welcome to Richard Mabey Presents.
Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey with Richard Mabey Presents. It is Tuesday, May 6th, 2025 at 8:26 in the AM. I'm in the spare room in front of one of my empty bookcases. There's kind of an echo in the room. There's a few boxes in the room, but no furniture, so it creates this echo effect. Thursday is the move. Thursday morning, bright and early, begins the move. The Hertz straight job truck. My cousin, Kevin's going to be here. My cousin Kevin's going to be here. And also my good friend from church, Watson, who has the same first name as my paternal grandfather. So it's like we're kind of related. So it's going to be a busy day today. It's Tuesday and Wednesday. And then boom, bang, crash. The move occurs. Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Hey, Opie. 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 You're a good boy, Opie. You're a good boy, Opie. Opie. Oh, boy. So you can see, got the boxes here. Still have to clean a little bit of the closet there. Got the boxes here, and outside, house in the back. There's the Florida room, the big hedge bush. My little bookcase is empty. These are the two televisions. My sister's and mine. The big bookcase here is totally empty. And there's Opie checking it out. So I am so nervous. I have so much to do in the next 2 days. So without further ado, let me get going here. All right, be back in a bit. Friends, I'm cleaning out the top drawer of my desk, and I found this old card I had. Richard J. Mabey, freelance writer. And my old email, my old telephone number. Richard J. Mabey, freelance writer. So I did a lot of proofreading on my own, and did a lot of ghost writing, but it was around from about 1990 to about 2002, and I made a few dollars doing that. The old lighthouse kind of brings back memories. So I'm cleaning the junk drawer, which is the top drawer on the left-hand side of my desk, and found this old oak leaf, and this is from one of the oak trees in the backyard in Lincoln Park, the old Mabey homestead. And then I found this. Dad had these. They were from Wheaties cereal. I found one, 1954 Pennsylvania, J606A. And it's funny, I was born in 53, but I lived in Pennsylvania for a while. So, here's the interesting thing. When you turn upside down, it's 909. So that's an interesting feature of it. But Yeah, this oak tree, this oak leaf, I've had this for about 25 years. I got it from the oak tree in the backyard of the old Mabey homestead. So it's kind of emotional going through all this stuff. All right, bye for now. Second middle drawer on my desk here, and I found this when I was a kid. I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9 years old or so. I had a Viewmaster, and this is one of the Viewmaster wheels. Dennis the Menace. How cool is that? Oh man, I'm going through memory lane here. This is empty, but I had bought some of these Batman Returns cards. I think I got them at Moe's Sweet Shop. Oh, so sad. This is kind of sad. Oh well, got to keep on keeping on. Got to keep on trucking here. Drawer, left-hand side of my desk, I found this. This is they call this the Scouter's Key, and it was quite involved. You had to go for like about 3 months training, and then you had to go on a big weekend camp out, kind of a survival weekend. You know, it just your wit, so to speak. You know, and this is a 1984. I had my second bout of rheumatic fever. I had rheumatic fever when I was 12, and then 1984. In March of 1984. Hold on, I got a call. Be right back. In February of 1984, I was 30 years old, and I got rheumatic fever again. And again, my feet did not touch the ground for one whole year. And I was in the hospital for about 6 weeks. So this is from Bell Floor Flower Shop at 188 Main Street in Lincoln Park. They're out of business now. There's a nice guy that ran it. But anyway, my sister says, "Get well soon, Rich. Love, Patty." So apparently my sister sent me a bouquet of flowers when I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for about 6 weeks. And they just pump you with penicillin intravenously. But that's kind of neat. Kind of cherish that. So got a lot of stuff here. I'm throwing a lot of stuff away. I'm going to save this little card, but I'm throwing a lot of stuff away. You know, like these VCR tapes about photography. I don't know. If I bring them down to Salvation Army or a thrift store, they just sit there. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I might throw them away. I don't know. I'm at my wit's end right now. Okay, folks. Be right back. So, YouTube friends, I've got my desk all cleaned out. It's a very emotional moment for me. From this desk, I've had this desk for 15 years. And the first 2 years, I wasn't in the front room. I was in the back room, which is now the spare room. But we've lived here for 17 years. And 15 years, this has been my bedroom, and that's been my desk for 15 years. Now, from this desk, I wrote articles and edited the Village's Diabetic Journal for about 4 years. And my sister was president of the Village's Diabetic Support Group, and I was the editor-in-chief of it was twice monthly newsletter. It was hard copy. And each edition was about usually 8 to 12 pages. So, and then I used to, for a few years, I wrote for a town weekly in Bellevue. And then, of course, my newspaper columns have been syndicated in 15 New Jersey newspapers for eons. I would say from this desk, I have written not hundreds, but thousands of articles and stories from this desk. I wrote 2 books from this desk, and I had them self-published. I wrote 2 books from this desk. So this desk is like an old friend where it is. And then over here, I'm a very literate individual, very sophisticated, literate. There's my collection of Mad magazines there. Now, the reason I kept a towel there is because there's a lot of wires there, and Floyd and Opie, particularly Floyd, would love to chew on the wires. And there's my desk chair. And from this desk chair, I filmed dozens of YouTube episodes. And here's the view outside. There's my live oak. There's the street. There's, let me see if I get it right here. There's my bird bath. And there's the other bird bath. And you can just barely see the cross there. There's the lamppost. And then on the left-hand side of the lamppost is the cross, the walkway. My neighbor across the street. The famous stop sign. And of course, my live oak. And a car going by. Whoever you are, you're going to be somewhat famous. Your car is somewhat famous. So it's my old Dell laptop. I actually have a newer laptop, but I still use the old Dell for I can write an article and then save it on a thumb drive, and then I took the green Dell off of the internet, and I just used it simply for writing stories and articles, and I would put them on the thumbnail. And then I kept the new laptop. My sister and I shared it, and that was on the internet. And I would just put the article or story on a thumb drive, and then copy it onto the new computer. I looked at this view for 15 years, probably thousands of hours, writing articles and stories, editing the Village's Diabetic Journal. If you want to check out my writings, put in Google Richard Mabey, Mabey, space JR. And the reason I say use the JR is because my cousin across the pond in England, Richard Mabey from England, we have this friendly competition. And when you put the junior in, it kind of wipes him out. So put Richard space Mabey space JR in Google, and that'll bring you up to my writings. Kind of sad. Kind of really, really sad. All right, folks, I'll be back. So, you two friends, it's still Tuesday, May 6th, 2025 at, this watch, I have to click the little button there. At 9:41 in the evening, I'm exhausted, totally exhausted. Some friends came over and helped my sister and I to pack up. So my bedroom is pretty much empty. The desk is in the spare room. And it feels very eerie, very weird. So take a final tour of my room. Tomorrow I'll take my bed apart and then sleep in on the couch in the living room. I'm exhausted. Okay, take a little tour of my bedroom. So YouTube friends, this was the old Scout Corner, and there's the nails where I had newspaper articles and different awards, scouting awards and things like that. My chair, bed, there's my bed. I got 2 different pillowcases. Oh, I tell you. So that was Dad's attaché case there. Dad's attaché case. See, 9:50 in the evening. This is all filtered water. I keep. What's this? This is a little book of poetry. Never alone. Let's see here. My closet. Closet's pretty much just got a few shirts in there. It's all emptied out. And just a few things in there. I got these are all shoe boxes filled with pictures and documents and so on. This is my dad used to say these Whitman's Snoopy cards, and about the only one I have left now. This is where I had my scouting journal, and you can see the nails there. I got to get those nails out. My bureau. All the drawers are empty. There's my robe. And then on far wall here, these are both, that's 2 garbage bags. That's all garbage. And then other than my black dress shoes, these are the only shoes I have. My sneakers, my tan colored boat shoes, and my dark khaki boat shoes. And there's my step up. This is all covered with pictures and that sort of thing. See, I got a few nails. I got to take the nails out tomorrow. And we got the U-Haul coming Thursday. There's the curtains. Curtains, Batman. So this is it. My old chair, this chair, my bed with two different pillowcases. The little lamp there. That's it. So YouTube friends, please subscribe. Please comment, like, and share. I'm exhausted. I am totally exhausted. So I'm going to close. As always, thank you for watching. It's kind of a little sad. And yet there's a part of me that's looking forward to a new adventure, a new place. Say farewell to the villages. Time to move on. Lived here 17 years in this house. So stay happy, stay positive, stay healthy. This is Richard Mabey, signing off. Bye for now.